Welcome to the flagship show that is Monday Night Raw, and you people are in for one hell of a night tonight because the Universal Champion will be decided in a fatal four-way match. And in that match, we will have Kevin Owens versus Braun Strowman versus Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins. So we have that and so much more. And we have a tag team announcement as well. The Tag Team Championship Tournament will commence tonight, as we're going to have our first match, which will be the New Day taking on the team of Gallows and Anderson. And next week, the Primetime Players will be meeting Enzo and Cass. The winner of this mini tournament will be facing the Raw Tag Team Champions Sheamus and Cesaro at the Extreme Rules pay-per-view with the titles on the line. Guys, welcome to WWE 2K17 Universe Mode, and this is the Resurgence. My name is Kaisah Wrestling, and we have an amazing night of action set for you today. As you heard from Mick Foley, we are going to be starting a Tag Team Championship Tournament consisting of 4 teams. The winner of that tournament will be facing Sheamus and Cesaro at the Elimination Chamber. Actually, I lied. The Extreme Rules pay-per-view for the Raw Tag Team Championships. Getting a little bit ahead of myself, guys. I apologize for that. So, what I was going to do is I was going to show you guys pretty much what was going on in all aspects of Universe Mode, but because for some reason it acts up every time you exit out of the show, I'm going to save it for the actual show itself. So to find out about NXT, tune into the NXT episode of Universe Mode. Find out about SmackDown, tune into the SmackDown episode of Universe Mode. So basically how it's going to go is going to be Raw, SmackDown, NXT. Because before it was Raw, NXT, SmackDown, but of course SmackDown's moved to Tuesday night, so I thought it was just right to make SmackDown before NXT. So this is what we're working with. This is our card for today's Monday Night Raw, as we have the opening of the Tag Team Championship Tournament. The New Day, with Xavier Woods in their corner, will be taking on Gallows and Anderson. Tyson Kidd is going to be going one-on-one with Cesaro. Sheamus will be in his corner for that one. Chris Jericho gets a chance to get his hands dirty today to facing off against the Celtic Warrior Sheamus, one half of the Raw Tag Team Champions. Cesaro will be in his corner for that. Becky Lynch will be going one-on-one against Emma. We will talk about the women just in a second. Enzo and Cass will be facing the Dudley Boys. I guess they're going to be getting warmed up for their match against the Primetime Players next week in the tournament second round. Sami Zayn will be facing Rusev, and Lana will be in the corner of the Bulgarian Brute, maybe a potential United States Championship #1 contender match. And here is the big one. Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, Kevin Owens, and Braun Strowman. Fatal 4-way match for the Universal Championship. We will find out what happens there. So we're going to simulate some of our matches just to see what happened. And actually, I think the game doesn't allow you to do that. So we're going to just get into our first match. The New Day versus Gallows and Anderson. Well, guys, this night on Monday Night Raw is going to be absolutely revolutionary. I am so glad to be coming to you once again with WWE 2K17 Universe Mode. Now, if you're wondering why I had a resurgence for this Universe Mode, it was basically because I just did not really have the skill. I didn't have the know-how to pretty much work around the video editor tool, and it just was a mess. I mean, if you saw my other YouTube videos with the WWE 2K17 Universe Mode, it was okay. Don't get me wrong, the storyline was pretty good. We had a lot of good action going on, but it just didn't have it. Like, if you guys saw, you would understand what I'm saying. It just didn't have the flavor that I wanted it to have. So I just stopped doing it. I sat down, thought about it. I actually wrote out this whole entire show. So the whole entire card that you just saw right now, it was started for me because I felt like, you know, you have to kind of build up things into the pay-per-view just to make it a lot more interesting. So I will get back to the whole entire idea of Universe Mode in a second, as the New Day are in the ring right now. They're going to try to get themselves back into the title hunt. This is the first match of the Raw Tag Team Championship Tournament, but they have one hell of opponents in Gallows and Anderson today, as Xavier Woods blowing on Francesca, as the New Day will love nothing more than a victory today against Gallows and Anderson. So what's going to happen now? And here comes Gallows and Anderson, these two men are as nasty as it gets. As Gallows and Anderson, they dominated New Japan Pro Wrestling. They have won the IWGP Tag Team Championships on numerous occasions, and they are planning on delivering the same amount of dominance here tonight on Monday Night Raw. As you see the nice new arena, the 2016 Raw Arena, as we're all ready to go. This universe mode, I'm telling you, I think is going to be the best that I've ever done. I mean, I've had many attempts at universe mode. I've never been this excited for this new brand of entertainment. So while these two teams are facing off to find out who's going to move on in this first round of this mini little tag team tournament, I'm going to explain to you the other aspects of universe mode, as it looks like Big E and Kofi Kingston will be representing the New Day. And now here we go. So here's what I want to tell you guys about universe mode. I mean, this is pretty much all new stuff. The rosters are a little bit smaller because I wanted to make the rosters a little bit more similar to the product, because I didn't really want to have some people from like TNA floating around, or other people just coming out of nowhere, and new people, and everybody was just like, oh, where did these guys come from? Why are they here? Are they actually in WWE now? I didn't want to have people think that. I didn't want people to get confused, so I'm going to try my best to keep it as close to the Today product as possible. I mean, of course, I had to add in a few other people who were just in the game and are just no longer the WWE, or we just needed a little bit of help from other places, because the rosters aren't really as big as we would like them to be in the actual product nowadays. So we're going to have some part-timers be full-timers, and we're going to get to that in the main event. But that's how it's going to be. I mean, pretty much the people that you see on Monday Night Raw on the TV show are going to be the people you see on Monday Night Raw on the universe mode, on my universe mode, that is. So there goes Kofi Kingston jumping at Carl Anderson right there, taking him down with a Hurricane Rana. The New Day will love nothing more than to get their hands on the Raw Tag Team Championships again. Be the first time holding the brand new belts. So the women's division, I know that was a major subject that I wanted to cover today. So you guys are probably just like, alright, well, you want the product to be just like the real day WWE, but why is Becky Lynch on Monday Night Raw? Well, I'm going to tell you guys right now. It's because I kind of unified the women's division in a sort, because I realized that the SmackDown Women's Championship and the Raw Women's Championship, having those two titles just doesn't really leave a lot of room to kind of splurge the divas around, or the women, that is. We don't call them divas anymore. So we can't really send a lot of women around. There's not a lot of women on the roster. I mean, if you look at the product now, like, you only probably have like 6 women on each brand of Raw and SmackDown, and I kind of want to make it fresh. I always want different women to get an opportunity at the title. So in that case, I'm going to just kind of unify the women's division, and then we'll just be paying attention over the weeks just to see who will get that championship shot. So Charlotte is your reigning women's champion. So every single woman is going to be competing their hearts out to find out who's going to be facing Charlotte at the pay-per-views. So that's how it's going to be. And I mean, I understand that a lot of people are kind of just like, oh, well, having the SmackDown Women's Championship may give a little bit more opportunities to the little guy. You guys are probably right, but here's the good thing about my universe mode. It's not just going to be based on the people with the highest overall always getting a championship opportunity. We're gonna look at the matches. We're gonna see who deserves to be where, and we'll always find a way to give everybody an opportunity. So the women's division will not suffer. I will make sure that they will get their chance at the spotlight to show us what we got, and that's gonna be how it's gonna be. I mean, the tag teams are separate on both brands. You have the SmackDown Tag Team titles, the Raw Tag Team titles. We have 2 World Championships, and we also have the minor singles championships. But I just felt like unifying the women's division may have been a better choice, just to give a little bit more depth into the women's division. I don't want to have the same people facing Charlotte every single time for the Raw Women's Championship. So we're just gonna unify it, call it the WWE Women's Championship, and that's just gonna be how it's gonna be from now. So Big E goes for the cover on Luke Gallows, and Gallows able to get the shoulder up. So big stakes on the line tonight on Monday Night Raw, as Universal Championship is up for grabs in the main event, the vacant Universal Championship, because we need to have a world champion running things on Monday Night Raw. So Mick Foley himself seemed pretty excited for this edition of Monday Night Raw here in Universe mode, because it's just so unpredictable. We don't know who's going to be the man leaving Monday Night Raw with the Universal Championship. So many great opportunities being thrown tonight on Raw. So Braun Strowman, he may be seeking for his first World Championship run here in Universe mode and in WWE as well. Braun Strowman has never been a World Champion. He's never held gold at all. So if Strowman can defeat Rollins, Reigns, and Kevin Owens, he will be the man. He will be the man in charge here on Monday Night Raw. But Rollins, Reigns, and Owens, they are no slouches. They will definitely give Braun Strowman a run for his money. Considering that he's the biggest man in that fatal four-way, that may not do so well for Braun Strowman. But here goes a cover on Kofi Kingston following the Unicorn Stampede. And Gallows able to get the shoulder up. But Big E on the other side taking care of Carl Anderson. And look at that. Just tossing him halfway across the ring. It's now Kofi Kingston measuring Luke Gallows, as we haven't really seen Xavier Woods play too much of a difference in this match. So Big E now. And now look at this. Luke Gallows just stomping onto Kofi Kingston. So I apologize that I did a lot of talking in the beginning. Hold that thought. Gallows right there just slamming Kofi Kingston down to the mat. That right there may be it. Gallows and Anderson may find their ways into the Tag Team Championship Tournament second round, but no. So this Tag Team Championship Tournament is pretty insane. We have a lot of good tag teams who are going to be showcasing here. So we have the New Day, Gallows and Anderson, and then the next match we're going to have Enzo and Cass versus the Primetime Players, which is the team of Darren Young, Titus O'Neil. And look at this, Gallows going for a second time, but I think Kofi Kingston may be able to counter it. Takes Gallows down with the arm drag takedown. And now look at that, Kofi was going for that Trouble in Paradise, but Gallows able to catch him with that scoop slam. There goes a cover on Kingston, but he gets the shoulder up at 2. So if you guys are wondering why Titus O'Neil and Darren Young are together, they're not together in the real life product. But I honestly feel like Darren Young and Titus O'Neil are a lot better as a tag team, because they have just been floating around doing nothing as singles competitors on Monday Night Raw on the real show. So I feel like putting them together as the Primetime Players may allow them to shine a little bit more, maybe get them some Raw Tag Team Championship silver around their waist. There goes Anderson with a cover on to Kofi Kingston. As Gallows and Anderson looking very good in this match. I mean, I think these two men were probably the underdogs coming into this match, because even though that Gallows and Anderson have a hell load of experience, these two men are definitely outshined by the New Day on any given day, because the New Day are the longest reigning WWE World. You guys get the rest. So the New Day, the longest reigning tag team champions of all time. So I mean, Gallows and Anderson have a lot to prove tonight. If Gallows and Anderson are able to defeat the New Day, they are probably going to be the ones who win this tournament, because I feel like if they could get this victory over Kingston and Big E, that will give them enough confidence to probably win the whole entire thing, to probably take out either Enzo and Cass or the Primetime Players. Of course, that match will be featured next week. So basically how each Monday Night Raw is going to go is there's going to be 2 matches. There's going to be 2 matches on every show, that is. I mean, NXT is kind of one of those shows that vary. It all depends on what's really going on or what the matches are. I mean, if we have some really good matches on NXT, we're going to feature 2 of them. But I'm probably going to be thinking about going for a very good promo and then just say, yeah, we'll close it up with the main event or maybe another division match, and that'll just be it. So there goes Anderson with a pinfall onto Kingston after that single-legged high knee, but that wasn't able to get the job done. Is now Anderson probably planning for that cutter, and now Kingston gets driven into the mat. That may be it. Gallows and Anderson may be going to the second round, but no, Big E yet again able to break up the cover. I don't know how Big E is getting in so quickly, but I think honestly Luke Gallows has to step up his game. He has to keep Big E from breaking up those covers, as I think if Big E didn't break up that cover on Kingston, that may have been it. So now Carl Anderson planning on going for a superplex to Kofi Kingston now. Is Kingston in trouble? There goes a superplex by Carl Anderson. Kofi Kingston looking up at the lights, and here goes the tag to Luke Gallows. I think honestly Anderson probably could have got that cover on his own, but there goes Gallows yet again. Pinfall onto Kofi Kingston, and that is it. Gallows and Anderson. Gallows and Anderson have defeated the New Day, and they're going to be going to the second round of the Tag Team Championship tournament. Look at that. We were just talking about if Gallows and Anderson beat the New Day, they would have so much confidence going into the next match, and they have done it. So Gallows and Anderson will be facing either Enzo and Cass or the Primetime Players. So what a breakout match for Gallows and Anderson. That right there was very impressive. So these two men have a lot to celebrate about tonight, as that right there was the move that took out Kingston. That suplex from the top rope, and Kingston had nothing left. Gallows literally got the tag in, and he just picked up the pieces. As Big E, all he could do was watch, because Carl Anderson was able to get in there and get Big E off of Kofi Kingston in a snap. Look at this right here. The perfect teamwork of Gallows and Anderson, as I honestly feel like the club did have the New Day's number today, because they were just impressive in all aspects. They did not really allow Kingston or Big E to get any offense in this match. So will these two men be the new Raw Tag Team Champions? Will these be the two men facing Sheamus and Cesaro at Extreme Rules? We will find out in the next coming episodes of Universe Mode. Hey Roman, I'm glad to see you back here, but we need to work together tonight in order to make a statement. Are you in? Yeah, may the best man win. Let's do this. Well, there goes Kevin Owens. He's on his way to the ring, getting ready for the main event, and he bumps into Strowman, and oh my god, Braun Strowman just laying him out. Alright guys, quickly we're just going to look at the rest of the card for tonight's Monday Night Raw. So Tyson Kidd versus Cesaro. Cesaro gets the victory over Tyson Kidd. Jericho and Sheamus. Jericho defeats Sheamus. Wow, this is pretty shocking to the Tag Team Champions. And now Becky Lynch against Emma. Becky Lynch gets the victory. So will Enzo and Cass be able to get some momentum going into next week by defeating the Dudley Boys? They do. Enzo and Cass get the victory. Sami Zayn versus Rusev. Rusev defeating Sami Zayn, and this right here is what we've all been waiting for, the main event, the Fatal 4-Way Universal Championship match. Rollins, Reigns, Owens, and Strowman. We're going to take a look at that right now. This is a huge match here for these four superstars. Who is going to come out with the victory on this monumental episode of Monday Night Raw? This is the first episode of the new Universe Mode by Kaisah Wrestling. I hope you guys are enjoying the show. And this right here is a man that I feel is a shoo-in to win this match, as Seth Rollins definitely has what it takes to be the Universal Champion. So Seth Rollins, we saw he was in backstage with Roman Reigns making a little bit of an alliance, because Seth Rollins knows that if he just goes in it on his own, it may be really hard for the Architect to get the victory. So he knows that he's probably going to have to need the help of Roman Reigns. So guys, I hate to say it, but I mean, Kevin Owens is going to come out with the Universal Championship for no reason, because I don't know, it just, I guess the game is just gonna do that to me like that. It's not gonna fix it for me. So Kevin Owens is gonna come in here with the Universal Championship, and like I told you before, just ignore it. It's not even on him. Just don't see it. So here comes the United States Champion, Roman Reigns. He is the man who is running things in the mid card, and he has a huge opportunity to add the Universal Championship to his name tonight. Roman Reigns never the Universal Champion. Seth Rollins was the Universal Champion at one time, but it wasn't for that long. So here we go. Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. Definitely, probably the two favorites to win this match. A lot of people want Roman Reigns to walk out with 2 championships today, but I don't know if Roman Reigns can do it, because he's going against some top competition in Braun Strowman, Kevin Owens, and Seth Rollins. This is going to be one hell of a match. So a lot's been happening on Monday Night Raw, and there's going to be something that we have to tell you guys about later on. So stay tuned to this match. We have a lot more coming in the Monday Night Raw card. So, like I said, if Owens does come out with the Universal Championship, just ignore it. And here comes Braun Strowman, actually. This man is as dangerous as it gets, as he is the black sheep, the former black sheep of the Wyatt family, and he is just here ready to destroy all of his opponents. So this man literally took it upon himself to attack Kevin Owens in the back before this match. He wanted to send a statement, so he was able to do that at the expense of Kevin Owens, just clocking him in the back of the head. And I don't know if Kevin Owens is going to be at 100% in this match, but this man could very well walk out of here with the Universal Championship. So I know I'm probably going to get roasted for leaving him with his sheep mask on. I promise next time I will make sure that I get it off if I can, so that way it just looks a little bit more like the Braun Strowman of now. So I apologize for that. So here comes Kevin Owens, the man who probably isn't coming into this match at 100%, because he took one hell of an onslaught from Braun Strowman. As I think Kevin Owens may just be coming out with that title because it just lagged a little bit. So yep, Kevin Owens, yep, there's the man right there holding the Universal Championship that's not even his, but it's all good. I promise that next time it will not be a problem. Here comes Kevin Owens. I guess the referees just wanted him to keep it warm, I guess, because they didn't really want to pay attention to the belt for the whole entire night, just watching it, thinking that somebody may steal it later on. So Kevin Owens did a really good job keeping that belt warm, but I don't know if it's going to be his for sure at the end of the night. So Kevin Owens, this is a man that probably has a lot to prove. This is the first episode of the Universe Mode Raw, and he definitely wants to make himself worthy of being called the best on this show. As you see, there's a whole bunch of contenders who would love to hold that championship that Kevin Owens is holding. It's not even his. So we're going to start this match up. This is a fatal four-way match for the Universal Championship for all those people who are just coming in right now. This is what it's all about. This is the main event on this first episode of Universe Mode, Monday Night Raw. So we hope you guys are enjoying the show. So what we were talking about for next week is we're going to be having the return of a normal part-time superstar, but he is actually going to be on Monday Night Raw quite frequently starting next week, and that man is Brock Lesnar, as he has a message to the WWE Universe next week, maybe going to be referencing the winner of this fatal four-way match. So who's going to be leaving out here with the Universal Championship? Is Reigns going after Owens, and Seth Rollins going after Braun Strowman quickly. So I want to make a shout out to somebody. Actually, I want to make a shout out to my father for this video, because not only was he able to help me come up with this beautiful main event, as me and Mick Foley talked it over the phone just yesterday, and he also included Braun Strowman in here. He wanted Braun Strowman to get an opportunity. He wanted Braun Strowman to be one of the top members on the WWE Raw roster. So for that being said, he wanted Braun Strowman to be the fourth man in this fatal four-way match. So I want to thank you very much for allowing Braun Strowman to be here. Obviously, he's making one hell of an impact as he just chokeslammed Seth Rollins to the ground. So yeah, a lot of people are kind of wondering the direction of Braun Strowman, and I think he's just hell-bent on destroying his opponents. As Roman Reigns sees that Seth Rollins is in a little bit of trouble right there, he runs in quickly to get the better of Strowman. As now look at Braun Strowman going after Reigns, as Kevin Owens now picking up the pieces. So this right here is a tough one. Any one of these men have the possibility to leave as the champion, as Seth Rollins just leveling down Reigns and Owens. Braun Strowman and Roman Reigns are having some intercourse on the outside of the ring. But there goes Seth Rollins as he hits Kevin Owens with that knee. Is that right there is pretty much the strategy to win these matches. You want to isolate your opponent and probably deliver one of those big maneuvers. As we know, Seth Rollins is very infamous for that pedigree. Probably wants to hit one of those. And I think Braun Strowman going for a power bomb as he just drops the Architect right on his spine. And there goes the U.S. champion Roman Reigns trying to break it up, but Reigns getting frustrated with himself, realizing that he missed that breakup completely. As now Seth Rollins now going after Braun Strowman, and look at this, the power of Seth Rollins dropping Braun Strowman on the outside with that power bomb, following it up with a standing shooting star. Is now Roman Reigns tossing Kevin Owens all over the arena. And look at Owens responding with a Samoan drop. So looking at these four men, actually, I would have to say that Kevin Owens is probably the man that's standing out with the least momentum, because we didn't really see too much on Kevin Owens, and he got beat up by Braun Strowman in the back. So I think honestly Kevin Owens needs to win this match, not only to become the champion, but to kind of prove to himself that he's not going to be looked over. So now Seth Rollins takes down Braun Strowman, and there goes a senton by Owens. This episode of Raw has been full of surprises. Honestly, I did not expect Gallows and Anderson to win the New Day, but they did. They got that victory, so they'll be moving on next week against, or not next week, in 2 weeks' time against either Enzo and Cass or the Primetime Players. So I think Seth Rollins doing a really good job on the outside, isolating Braun Strowman, but Rollins needs to realize that the only way he could win the Universal title is if he's in that ring. As Roman Reigns kind of has the right ideas, he's isolating Kevin Owens in the middle of the ring. So big stakes for Roman Reigns. If he could pick up this victory, he'll be not only the United States champion, but he'll also be the Universal champion. That may also be some bad news for Reigns, as well as he may have to defend twice at the Extreme Rules pay-per-view, as that is going to be the pay-per-view coming up soon, in 4 weeks time actually. So who's going to be Universal Champion walking into that? So I wonder how you guys feel about Brock Lesnar making his return to Monday Night Raw next week. So definitely leave some comments on what do you think Lesnar's going to be saying to the WWE Universe. Obviously, he's probably not going to be the happiest man knowing that he has to compete on a week-to-week basis now, but he definitely will be a good addition to Monday Night Raw. Look at what's going on in the ring. Kevin Owens, there was the pop-up powerbomb to Reigns, and Rollins on the outside getting isolated by Strowman, but Reigns able to get the shoulder up. Kevin Owens was literally a fraction of becoming the Universal Champion, and look at Owens as he went for the springboard elbow drop, but Reigns able to kick him in the spine. Strowman just dissecting Rollins on the outside of the ring. But Rollins now trying to get himself back into it as he tosses Strowman to the other side. And I think he just tripped over the stairs right there. And now Roman Reigns with the double axe handle leveling down Kevin Owens. The action is red hot here on Monday Night Raw. So Stephanie McMahon was actually the one to give Mick Foley the idea for this main event. She's the one who approved everything. Of course, she is the commissioner for Monday Night Raw, but we're not really going to be seeing too much of Stephanie because Mick Foley's the man who makes the matches around here. He just runs it by Stephanie McMahon. So the general managers of each show consist of Mick Foley and Stephanie McMahon on Raw, Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan on SmackDown, and we have William Regal on NXT. Is now Rollins hitting Strowman with the pedigree. That right there may be it. That bust open Braun Strowman. I've never seen Braun Strowman bleed in my whole entire lifetime. And there goes the Seth Walker there on Kevin Owens. Will this be enough to keep him down? As the referee doing laps around the ring, as he's not counting, Roman Reigns back in to break up the pin. So I think Reigns and Rollins have been doing a pretty good job just taking on the other opponent, but now they're realizing that it's every man for themselves. Is now Seth Rollins rolls to the outside of the ring. It's Braun Strowman and Roman Reigns in the middle of the ring. This right here is a dream match in itself. As Reigns, look at this. Oh, he has Strowman up, going for that crucifix power bomb, and gets it right in the center of the ring. Strowman in a world of trouble. Kevin Owens runs in and kicks Reigns in the back, and that right there literally just broke up the pin, and Reigns was about a second and a half from becoming the Universal Champion. Kevin Owens able to get back in the ring very quickly to break up that pinfall. Braun Strowman is out, guys. He has not moved ever since getting hit by that powerbomb by Reigns, and Kevin Owens just continues to destroy Strowman. How many times have you guys seen Braun Strowman get destroyed? As now Owens trying to steal the pinfall as Strowman kicks out. There goes the superplex by Rollins into the Falcon Arrow, as now Rollins goes for the cover. Will this be enough to put Reigns away? And Seth Rollins, that was a 2 count. Roman Reigns able to kick out at the last minute, guys. I thought that was 3. As now Rollins tossing Kevin Owens to the outside. Now everybody's on the outside of the ring. What a main event on Monday Night Raw, guys. Braun Strowman trying to compose himself on the outside. Roman Reigns trying to stir as well. Seth Rollins really needs to get this victory. And there goes the sling blade to Kevin Owens on the outside. Seth Rollins has been looking fuego. And now, here goes Kevin Owens tossing Seth Rollins up to the ramp. Of course, there is no disqualification. No count out in a fatal 4-way match. And there goes a drop kick to Kevin Owens, dropping the man right to the ground. And I think Strowman is the next target for Rollins. And Rollins is just destroying everybody in this match. It's Kevin Owens looking up at the lights, Braun Strowman looking at the ground, and Roman Reigns going to pick up the pieces for Kevin Owens, as I think these 2 men have done a really good job sticking to their plan. But now Rollins wants a piece of Reigns, and there goes the snap suplex as Reigns' spine probably broken in half on the outside. That right there is not a good landing if you're Roman Reigns. So now Braun Strowman in pursuit of Rollins. And now look at this. It's Braun Strowman just tossing Rollins right into the stairs. That right there was uncomfortable to watch. So now Roman Reigns just beating down Kevin Owens. And there goes a belly-to-belly suplex. Kevin Owens is done for, guys. He's been suplexed all over this ring. It's now Rollins attempting to go for that DDT. Strowman and Owens are down and out, guys. The only 2 people standing right now is Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. Is now Reigns teeing off with Rollins, and down goes Rollins with a belly-to-belly suplex. Now Roman Reigns is looking to be the man. As this match has been very good, everybody's had a chance to be in control. And now Braun Strowman now trying to get the better of Reigns, as Kevin Owens able to deliver that elbow, dropping Strowman. All 4 of these men are on the outside of the ring. Nobody's on the inside where they should be. The referee just looking at all 4 of these men like, what the hell are you guys doing? You're not going to win that match on the outside. But now look at this as Kevin Owens grabs Rollins. He may be going for that package pile driver, but no. There goes the clothesline. Kevin Owens is leveled down. And here it goes. Braun Strowman gets tossed into the ring now. Seth Rollins now has a huge opportunity to defeat Braun Strowman, but no, Roman Reigns comes in. As now, here it goes. Here goes Seth Rollins as he's got Braun Strowman in a weird submission looking move. And now Roman Reigns trying to get the advantage, but Kevin Owens breaking it up. Really good match here on Monday Night Raw, guys. As now Kevin Owens was trying to grab somebody. But now look, as Roman Reigns looked like he was probably going for that single arm power bomb. Braun Strowman, oh my god, that was a spear out of nowhere. Seth Rollins is taken out. And now look at this, it's Kevin Owens flipping Reigns over. I think he should have went to pin Rollins. He may have had it there. But look at this. Oh no. Kevin Owens picking up Reigns. Knee driven to the back of the neck. Kevin Owens may have this victory right here. Rollins and Strowman don't even know what's going on. And Roman Reigns powering out at 2.5. He's still in this match as Strowman disposing of Seth Rollins. And there goes Kevin Owens attempting for a kick. Braun Strowman is in dangerous territory right now. I mean, he's been very dominant in this match, but he's just not been doing what he had to do. Let's look at Kevin Owens. That right there was a sunset flip, and now Owens definitely feeling it. Seth Rollins is getting tossed by Braun Strowman. I'm telling you, the power of this man is absolutely ridiculous. So I think probably Strowman was going to go for that reverse choke slam. Right off the ring post goes Seth Rollins. Is now the United States Champion. Roman Reigns has a big opportunity to put Kevin Owens away right now, as Strowman has Rollins on the outside, and he's definitely delivering one hell of a beatdown. Kevin Owens is just looking at the campus right now. And there goes a knee to the face, and Kevin Owens is busted open. And now he's starting to look a little bit like Braun Strowman is now. As look at that, Strowman able to break up the powerbomb. And what does Strowman have planned now? As look at this, he's picking up Roman Reigns. He's about to drop Reigns. There goes the Yokozuna cutter. Roman Reigns is down and out. But look at Strowman not going for the cover though. He hit his finisher on Reigns and did not go for the cover. That right there may be a mistake to Strowman. There goes a cover there by Braun Strowman onto Roman Reigns. Seth Rollins comes back in and he breaks it up. Wait, Braun Strowman! Braun Strowman just won the Universal Championship, guys. the dark horse in this match has just won the Universal Championship. What on earth did we just witness? I'm honestly at a loss of words. This was not what I was expecting, guys. Braun Strowman leaves Monday Night Raw with the Universal Championship tonight. So that right there just shows you that anything is possible on Universe mode. Braun Strowman just proving that he is too big and too bad for the Monday Night Raw roster. This right here was what I thought was it. That pedigree onto Strowman by Seth Rollins. But it was just not good enough. As Braun Strowman proving that he is going to be the new man here on Universe mode. As that right here was it. That huge gut wrench suplex, dropping Reigns on the lower lumbar region. Kevin Owens was not even realizing what was going on. Seth Rollins was trying to break up the cover, but I guess he was out of it. And Reigns just getting pinned tonight on Monday Night Raw. So this is it, guys. Braun Strowman is your new Universal Champion. The big bad mountain of a man has won the Universal Championship. I know in my father's heart he is definitely laughing at everybody, because this is the man that he chose to win the belt, and he has done it tonight on Universe mode. So we are now in the reign of Braun Strowman. Well, thank you guys for tuning into the first episode of Universe mode. We promise to give you more content, and it's going to get red hot from here. Strowman as your new Universal Champion, and we also have the return of the Beast incarnates, Brock Lesnar, next week. What is he going to have to say to the universe? We will find out next episode of Universe mode on Monday Night Raw.